Sorry, we gotta go. Yep. No problem. You're good. We're still good. We're still at 35. Now we're. All right, I'll call the council meeting to order, April 1st. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. A roll call, please.
Councilmember Nordby,
Here.
Councilmember Woods,
Here.
Councilmember McKenzie,
Here.
Councilmember Schwer,
Here.
Mayor Mungy.
Here. Thank you very much. Can I please get a motion to adopt the agenda for this evening?
So moved.
So moved. Councilmember Schwer.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Norby. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Presentations.
Yeah, first up, we're going to have a presentation from North St. Paul Historical Society. Welcome.
I'm Elaine Eckstead, currently serving as the Vice President of the North St. Paul Historical Society. And with me is Sue Springborn, whom everybody knows, I think, who is the past president and kind of held the place together for a couple of years pretty much by herself. And so I'm here to report on some huge progress that's happened in the last couple of years. I'm going to whip through these slides very quickly. So the first thing that happened was Sue rescued the newspapers and photographs from the basement of the Lilly Building. It was a huge job, and it almost did her in, but she did get them out. So that's huge. We developed a memorandum with the city. So there was some question about what the relationship was between the city and the Historical Society. Got some help on that, got something drafted, voted on it, so we know how we work with each other now.
Very nice.
We went to Google Drive and got a Google Drive for nonprofits, which is a little bit of an inexpensive thing, and we now have digital history. The North St. Paul history is sitting in a Google Drive, and we have it backed up on a hard drive. We purchased a whole bunch of materials through an estate, Lucy Lowe Estate. She left a very generous gift to the Historical Society, which happened to coincide with some new people coming in. It was perfect timing. So we bought all kinds of, this room, I don't have a before picture, but you couldn't walk in it previously.
Where's this at?
This is the back rooms, the storage rooms at the Historical
You gotta
Society
be kidding me.
in the building. So we have.
Where did Sue sit then?
Oh, I'll show you. This isn't the offices. This is the stuff. Outside, lots of things happened. We got our snowy Hank. We got new vet flags, but the city's been very good about keeping our flags from not looking too tattered. We got some new benches. We got a new sign, and somebody fixed up the little library. All that happened outside.
Very nice.
We cleaned up the office. I opened the desk drawer on that desk and found my mother's contact lenses from 1946. My grandmother and my mother were founders of the North St. Paul Historical Society. My grandmother was Alice Olson and my mother was Priscilla Olson. And I said, okay, this is where I should be because a lot of things are in her handwriting. There was an office downtown. My sister's office was remodeling, getting rid of some office chairs. We got some new office chairs that don't fall over. We created an administrative book because we walked in and said, where, what? I couldn't find anything. Updated our memberships. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the North St. Paul Historical Society owns its building. If you get more than $25,000 in donations, you have to file as a charitable organization. So 1 year we had to do that because of Lucy's gift. This year we filed as a charitable trust because if you own more than $250,000 of property, you are a trust. It's not like a typical trust. The property, the building, we own the building, and it's valued at around $500,000. So some other stuff there. Tech equipment upgrades, got some new televisions, a new printer copier. I can now AirPlay from my laptop. Everything's without cords. Maps, displays, open houses, Now, here's the funny thing. We walked in that building, there was no internet connection. Comcast is on one end, on one side of us, on the other side of us, there's no Comcast service in that section of 7th Street, believe it or not. So we had no internet access. We were all ready to put a dish on the top, and Quantum Fiber came by and said, oh, there's a box in your backyard. You used to have telephone service, and we can sink a line in there. So we now have the internet. Amazing. Beautiful fire notification system. We had all this equipment, lights, alarm pulls. None of it worked. It was not connected to anything. The box from the 80s didn't do anything. That has all been fixed. We now have 24/7 monitoring. Newsletters, finances. We have a secretary who's putting out a newsletter. We've got a CD. This is last week. We were down to 10 copies of the North St. Paul history book, and we found someone to do it for us and to let us have our own PDF of it. So we now have the history book.
Hardcover again?
It's spiral bound. It's not hardcover, but it's the same cover as the previous edition. This is the centennial book with a 25-year update that was printed in 2012. That's the most recent history we have of the city. And I had to throw this one in because just a week and a half ago, we had Maury Glover, surprise, surprise, that came in and said, oh, can I do a story on the snowman? So it was scramble, scramble, find all the pictures, find all the stuff. So we were with him for about an hour and a half, which was amazing. And Sue, of course, is our star performer in that. And John, of course, got in that bit too. And that's all in addition to regular business. We're open on Friday and Saturday. We have visitors, monthly meetings, groups, major events. Now, these two things you might find of interest. There's a time capsule. If you look at the size of that time capsule, it's not a little time capsule. And it was buried back in actually 1978, but it's due to be open in 2026, which is next year. So we've started conversations with the city and with the Scouting Museum because it's actually planted in the ground in front of the Scouting Museum. So that's one big thing that's going to be coming up in the next year. And the other thing, I don't know if you've been out to the State Fair lately, but we gave them our depot building. It was a newspaper office for years and years. They're no longer using it, and it's not even in the fairgrounds anymore. That's a picture of it back there.
It's not even in the fairgrounds?
It's not even in the fairground building. I mean, you can see it. It's on the other side of a fence. So
Can we get it back?
I don't know if anybody wants to go
Where's your shed
explore.
you've been looking for?
You better believe it.
We could go ask. It still has a sign, North St. Paul, on it, but there it is. And there we are, Joe, me, and Sue. So, any questions? That's my presentation.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Are you selling those books, the North St. Paul history books?
We are asking for a $25 donation. They cost us about $25 a piece, and we were selling them, but then we had to pay $200 in tax fees because we sold something, and it was a sales tax nightmare. So we said, okay, we're not going to sell anything.
Yep,
We'll just ask for a donation.
that makes sense.
Best way to go.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Well, I
you
just
still-
want to say we enjoy coming up there as a council too. We've done that every year. I don't know if we've done it this year yet or not, so we probably
We
do.
decided we'd try this route instead this
yeah.
time, so.
So you're coming to us.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you this
Okay.
year. We're coming
That
to you
counts,
this
but
year.
we definitely enjoy coming down there and just
Okay.
all the wonderful new things happening. It's really cool. Really
You
good.
guys are open now Fridays, right?
Fridays from 1 to 4, Saturdays from 10 to 1.
Are you still doing your plant sale?
Still doing what?
The plant sale for a fundraiser? You're
No,
not
we
done
haven't
anymore?
sold anything for a while. If you sell anything other than clothing, it gets really complicated, so.
And no tax on clothing. Anything else? by any means?
Anything else?
No, thank you
Well,
so much.
thank you so much for all you do, both of you two, everybody. Thank you. All right.
All right. Next up, our consent agenda. Item A, March 18th, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Item B, general claims of $692,430.23. And item C, HRA Claims of $16,182.31.
Thank you very much. Would anybody like to pull anything from the consent agenda? If not, can I get a motion to pass it? So move. Councilmember Wood.
Second.
Second. Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Against? Okay. Next thing, at 6:46, open to the public. John Schmall.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Wanted to take this opportunity because you had a discussion on codes, and if you just want to drive yourself out of your mind, just start reading them from beginning to end, and you'll know why code enforcement has nightmares. Anyway, the situation that seems to be popping up more and more, I grew up in the hood. Mayor, you lived in the hood. And we had alleys, and that's where the junk went. It went in the backyard. And now with the new homes with driveways with the garage facing forward, it's right there every time you drive by it. It makes a problem, but that's the way it goes, and you got to watch about what the codes say because you're going to have a headache. The situation with parking is just unbelievable, especially parking RVs, and what the Planning Commission came up with. You have to put a screen around an RV wherever if it's parked beyond the front of the yard, wherever that is. And so if you want your RV in the backyard, your RV could be a motor home that's 10 feet high, you got to put up a screen around it that's 6 feet high. Oh, that takes care of the problem. Why do you need a screen? What's the problem that causes? You know there's an RV there. There's no doubt there's an RV there. So it's just all I can say is the code is a nightmare, and I don't have an RV, but God bless those people who do.
You want one?
Yeah, thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
All right. City
right.
business, please.
Next up, city business action items and recommendations. None to report tonight. So we'll move on to reports of city manager and departments. Just want to remind everybody that road restrictions are in place right now for the heavier trucks and like roll-off beds. That'll probably be in place for a good month yet, so we don't do any damage to our roads. We will be having, we're opening up for the bids, which will be coming up here in about a week, April 7th, for the road reconstruction project this summer. We've had a good amount of contractors that have inquired about it. Sounds like about 10, so hopefully we'll have some good bids in for the project. Electric has been out kind of preempting that construction project this year because they'll be doing, putting some high voltage out front of the homes along Gerald and getting some easements in through there. There'll still be the poles around in the back because it'll be the secondary low voltage services that'll still feed the homes. We did get our lights in finally for the continue with the lights along Casey Lake there, or the path. We'll have to wait until it dries up as well too, because they have to take trucks back there to put them up. But I think there's 5 out there now, and there'll be a total of 12 when they're done. So you can light that path up nicely. Still working on pole change outs and cross arm change outs. Got pushed off again for the cabinets that have been ordered for the Delaware and 17th project once again. So that'll probably be another month and a half out before we see those and get those poles out of there for that new construction. PD has 2 more staff that have finished their training. They will be able to go out on their own now for patrol. The investigator will be starting his position on April 14th, and they are still doing the last of the interviews or the process for the CSO and 1 last patrol officer, and then they will be at full capacity, which would be wonderful. Finance has been busy. We had a bond rating call last week. The bond sale results that will show up on the 15th. They've closed out 2024 and opened 2025 for the accounts and the billing, and we will be starting the budget prep now for, get ready for that process. Seems like we were just doing it. Public Works said the student-built house is coming along well. They're starting drywall, soffit, fascia, siding here shortly. They're already doing interviews for their summer help. They're kind of fixing up areas for the snow plows, did damage to like yards and with all the buildup of the snow. As soon as the weather gets nice enough, they'll be seeding that, hydro-seeding that. We're also going to be starting up the lead service line testing again, getting more information from the public. We'll be making ourselves available a couple times a week to set up appointments to go into the house and do testing if they're not comfortable doing the testing themselves. Fire, we didn't have time, but they went to the fire service day yesterday at the Capitol. They did 3 more part-time paid-on-call interviews this week, and they're looking at June 10th when they receive their new engine fire truck, so they're looking forward to that. And that's all I have for you.
We'll have to show that off at the car show on a Friday.
Just talked to him about that today.
Yeah, nice to look at that.
He's going to be out there protecting it, though.
That's right, don't touch it, no scratches. Thank you very much. So any reports from council? Councilmember Schwer?
Parks and Recreation had their meeting last Wednesday. They had conversation around Polar Park and improving the park by adding some more features to it. So they'll be providing Brian and Sarah some additional details as what they would like to see there. Parks and Rec will be at the Planning Commission for their Park and Open Master Plan on Thursday. And we have parks on May 17th, park cleanup will occur. I believe that's a Saturday. So we're reaching out to more of the larger parks that are being visited. So you're looking at your Silver Lakes, you're looking at your Casey Lake. I know that they're looking at Southwood to just promote and clean up over there.
Very nice, thank you.
And I've got the EDA, next Tuesday, we'll be meeting at 4 o'clock. We'll be electing our new member, or officers. And then, this is a continuation from the one we had, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, that we were short a couple members.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Woods?
Arts and Culture Commission will be meeting tomorrow night in council chambers here.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Norby?
The Planning Commission will be meeting this Thursday, April 3rd at 6:30. The agenda items are review of the Parks and Open Space Master Plan and discussion of the Downtown Design Manual.
Nice.
Thank you very much. That's great. So we'll move on to any general business. Councilmember Schwer?
Nothing here?
Okay, thank you. Mackenzie? Nope. Woods?
I have nothing.
Okay. Councilmember Norby?
Do we have to debate something so he gets his badge?
Yeah, would you please add something to this?
I would invite discussion about,
Having Pepsi in the break room or Coke?
So,
I prefer Coke.
oh, Coke all the way. What? Get out.
I just want the guy to get his badge.
Okay. Well, first you got to come up here.
Come on up.
Yes, you got to come tell us why we're having this debate about Coke and Pepsi, because it just came out of the blue. Say your name and where you're from, and just go north there. Let's go to North High.
My name's Tyler Shaw. I live over on Buell, and yeah, I'm working on citizenship in the community to finish up my badges for Eagle. I did my project back in October, so I'm just finishing up. I have 2 more badges left. This is the last one I have to finish, so hopefully
What troop are you with?
9817 in Oakdale at Guardian Angels. So.
Okay. And we're supposed, and you have to, what do you need from us tonight?
I need a topic and 2 debating sides. Last time I had to come for another badge for communications, and supposedly it happened here at the meeting, but I was told that the workshop would have been a better place.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just need 2 debating sides on like a topic surrounding the city right now. So it could be anything.
Well, I would prefer to have Class 5 approved for our code compliance. Dave does not want Class 5, and he offered another option.
Right. Recycle, regrind.
What's everyone else's opinion about adding that?
I like that something just besides the concrete and the blacktop, something that's a little more affordable, people can do themselves.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
pavers.
looking for.
I'm looking at the pavers people could do themselves.
Favors or something you can put down as far as, I'm not, the Class 5, as long as it's permitted and all that, is fine for me.
I think the biggest issue is cost. You know, we need to look at what's most cost efficient for our residents. Because if you're talking trailer, you know, whether it's a utility trailer or, you know, like a camper trailer, it can take up a lot of space. So you need to be, you know, what is most cost efficient to put down to be able to house that. So,
Have a hard surface.
I think what we should do is have a demo between Class 5 and the regrind.
Well, I can only afford Class 5.
Oh, regrind's cheaper.
No, I can only afford Class 5, though.
I'm against Class 5, and my concern with Class 5 is that it's too easy for the snow throwers to throw the rocks and damage other people's property. So that would be why I would be against Class 5.
Does pre-grinder?
Class 5 is cheaper for me, though. So I prefer that.
Does the pre-grinder?
Get your pavers.
Will you pay for it?
That's right.
All right, so here in favor,
Do we need to vote
I-
on something to make you? Okay. Well, we have it. So what's your side? Do you want Class 5? Do you want, what do you want? Yep,
Yeah.
pavements to put things on.
Class 5 is gravel.
Grass, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Sue?
I just have, so you're talking about a spot where you can place a trailer.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
We
Yep.
we were talking about city ordinance.
Because
in-
people have little utility trailers and different things where they're trying to be able to, and if they have it on the grass, yeah, back and forth. Yes,
Yeah.
Approved driveway material.
Approved driveway material, yeah.
so that's our debate.
but would it be approved just for trailers versus a full driveway? Could we make that distinction? Because if it's something where you want to park your cars, would you really want to say, you know? Or can we make that distinction, I guess is a bigger question.
I think that's up to
Yes.
us when we just,
Yep.
there you go.
Okay. So I think for a full driveway, I think, you know, concrete,
Yes.
blacktop, I think it's absolutely suitable
Yes.
or required. But for a trailer type, you know, smaller, movable type vehicle that has to be towed, I guess, something that has to be towed could be parked on, you know, something less durable.
What if I have a guest over the winter and I don't have space on my garage parking and I wanted Class 5 to the side of my house for a guest parking during winter?
Personally, my thought, as long as it agrees with all the city driveway permitting requirements, I would have no issue with it.
Here we go. More to come, right?
Jack?
Sorry, what's the specific question?
Oh, the lawyer checked out.
I just didn't quite hear what the question was there.
Ooh. So on the side of my garage, I have a nice parking spot that's full of weeds. I mow them, by the way, so they go overgrown. I abide that. But if I want somebody to come stay with me, we can't park in the middle, overnight on the streets here in North St. Paul. So I want somebody to park on that side of my garage, but it's grass, it's weeds. So what I'm trying to, is I want Class 5, and I don't have a curb cut to that. So do I have to have a curb cut? What does that look
Off your
like?
driveway, yeah.
I think you need a curb cut to the driveway, and then if you can get from the driveway to there,
Yeah.
I don't know that you necessarily would. I don't think it would be permitted under the current code to park there without some kind of paved surface.
Yeah.
But again, that's something that council could consider. I will say the current code requirement for driveway materials is a durable, dustless material. And then, so it has pre-approved concrete, asphalt, and pavers. And then, or any other dustless material that has been approved. So there is technically some ability for someone to come in and propose something new for, to zoning staff and get that approved. They would just have to show that it is durable and does not create dust.
So if I get my class 5 sprayed on a monthly basis, that doesn't create dust, that would be okay?
I'm going to have to defer that one to zoning staff on what creating dust means.
Just saying, playing devil's advocate here.
Well, being,
My family are farmers.
yes, now that, that we don't allow people to park on the streets for almost, half the year, we have to be somewhat flexible too. So that's where the people are, you see these ruts, people going on their grass and things. But I think it was a good debate.
Yeah.
So you're good to go.
Does that work, Tyler?
We got your back, Tyler.
Yeah.
We're glad you came tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now, where did I leave off? I think I was asking for you, Norby.
I believe that was my
Yeah,
general business.
you started it, yep, yeah. Yeah, I think you took up all your time now, so I'll move
Your
on.
general business
That's right,
was
your general
helping
business
Tyler.
is helping Tyler. Well, at least we got that done, that's very good. I did want to bring up, and they brought it up, is the little story on Channel 9 about the snowman. So that was a lot of fun to be able to come to the Historical Society and be able to do it with the gang, so that was a blast. And that Maureen Glover is the nicest man. He stayed, he talked, a lot of times reporters just kind of stand there and then they come in and go. He looked around, talked to everybody. It was really a class act on his part. He really did a nice job for being able to tell the story for the city too. Okay, nothing else, ask for adjournment.
So moved.
So move, Councilmember Schwer.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Norby. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, well,